Books and Buckets, what's up? It's Justin Michael Williams, and I'm so grateful to be spending time with you all this summer. I heard you all are going to be reading my book this summer, so I wanted to send you an extra special message just from me, from my heart, straight to you as you are all out there on the court. And I'm so proud of you on the court because I got to tell y'all, I sucked at basketball so bad when I was a kid. It was the one sport that my family actually let me quit because I was so bad. One time I tried to shoot the ball. I was on the bench all the time and I shot the ball and went over the backboard, hit the wall behind the backboard, and then bounced off of that and hit the ref in the head. That was when I got to quit. So I love that you guys are there practicing and also building up your power so that you can know that you are powerful beyond measure, so that you can know that no matter what's going on in your life and in this world, that you have the power to accomplish anything that you ever may have thought was possible for yourself. And I know this for myself because I literally grew up in a home with gunshot holes on the outside of my house, literally gunshot holes on the outside of our house with domestic violence. And my dad was an alcoholic and a lot of trauma. You know, and when we grow up with that kind of trauma, when we grow up with these different challenges happening in our life and these different kinds of pain happening in our life, and we see all the crazy stuff that's happening around us that seems normal to us because we're around it all the time, what happens is we end up giving up on our own dreams. We end up forgetting about our own dreams. And so I want to tell you that right now I have the absolute gift. I'm in Bali right now. I have the absolute gift of traveling and speaking and teaching and performing on some of the greatest stages of our life and living my dreams and doing the things that people said were impossible for me. And I know that whatever it is, that dream inside of you that you have for you, whether it's about being an athlete, whether it's about having a family, whether it's about the things that you want to accomplish in your life or the schools that you want to go to, or the art that you want to create or that business that you want to start. My goal with the book, Stay Woke, that you all are going to be reading is to help you wake up that dream and help you take action to get there and make sure that you're not stopping yourself. Now, there's one thing that's not in the book that I wanted to talk to you all about in this video, because I think it's something really important and it's something that really changed the trajectory of my life. So here's the deal, okay? I want you to just repeat these words in your mind right now. Fear and faith. Fear and faith. And what I need you to know is that fear and faith are the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. And you might be wondering how, like, how is that even possible? Like faith is about religion or trust or confidence in something. And then fear is this thing that takes us down. Fear is this thing that holds us back. Well, listen to me carefully. Fear and faith are the exact same thing because they both require one thing. Both fear and faith require you to believe in something that you can't see and that hasn't happened yet. That's it. That's the tenet. Those are the tenets underneath fear and faith. Both fear and faith require you to believe in something that you can't see and that hasn't happened yet. That's my mic drop. And so the question becomes, what are you going to believe? Because you're going to believe something either way. And when we choose fear, we're choosing to believe in our circumstances limiting our possibilities. When we choose fear, we're choosing to believe that we can't. We're choosing to believe in our demise. We're choosing to believe in things getting shut down or canceled. But when we choose faith, we're choosing to believe in something greater. And I'm not just talking about religious faith. I'm talking about faith, which means the belief in something greater. And thank God our ancestors believed in faith. Thank God our ancestors didn't choose fear. The people who were enslaved, the LGBTQIA plus community, women who had to fight for their rights. Think about if slaves literally just said, well, this is the circumstance, this is just how it's going to be. But there was a group of them who chose to believe in faith. And here we are today with the power to step forward. And the fact that you are here reading this book and that we are all here together is revolutionary. Because many of us, we're the first people in our families to do this work. For so many of us, our ancestors gave up and sacrificed mental health and manifesting and their life purpose and living their dreams to create stability and the possibility for change for the future generation. And guess what, y'all? We are that generation. We are that generation, all of us, okay? We've been paid for and we cannot take that for granted. And so I want to guide you all with me very quickly through a little practice. It's a little listening practice, and I call it listening within, because people like to say meditation and this and that. And the most important practice is that you learn to listen within. And the reason that I say that is because whether you're religious or not, one of the things that I always say is prayer is when you talk to your higher power. Prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation and mindfulness is when you listen to the messages coming back to you. So how much time are we spending listening within? So I want to do a really quick little practice with you all. You need no experience to do that. So I want you to just try this with me right now, no matter where you are, right? Go ahead and close your eyes for a second. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. A full breath in again and a full breath out. And if this feels silly or weird or different, good. Because if you want your life to change, you got to do something a little bit different. So let yourself go there with me. Let yourself settle. Let it be cool. And just drop in with me to listen inside of yourself. Sometimes it's weird when we do this the first time. And now I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to imagine a future version of yourself who is living the life of your dreams. Trust whatever comes up. You have the body you've always wanted. You're in the house you've always wanted. You got the grades you always wanted. You're in the school you've always wanted. You're in the relationship you've always wanted. The money you've always wanted. And if it feels impossible, good. Because if we can't think beyond our current circumstances, we'll never be able to live beyond our circumstances. So let yourself go there with me right now. Like you could rub a magic lamp. Everything is possible. What do you notice? What do you see? And just notice in this vision of yourself, of this future self, are you indoor or are you outdoor in the vision? What colors do you see? Is there anybody there with you or are you alone? And what's happening in this vision that's different? What's happening in the vision that indicates to you that you're living the life of your dreams, that something has changed, that something is different? And now just get as clear of an image or a sense of that future you as possible, even if it's fuzzy or blurry or incomplete, and just notice what you can. And I'm going to ask you one question. And I want you to answer this question using 2 words. Here's your question. As you look at this future version of you who's living the life of your dreams, what energy do you need to cultivate more of in your life now, today, to become that person that you see in your vision? I'm gonna ask it again. You're looking at the future you, living the life of your dreams. And the question is, what energy do you need to cultivate more of in your life now, today, to become the person in your vision? What energy? 2 words. And whatever those words are, just repeat them in your mind a couple of times so you don't forget them. And then open your eyes. And I want you to remember your words. And what I want you all to do after this video is over is I want you to share your words with each other, because here's how powerful what we just did was, okay? Listen to me super carefully. This is the most important thing I'm going to say in this video. Is ultimately what I said is, here's who you are now. Then I said, here's who you want to become. And all of us, when we close our eyes, we can see a life we haven't started living yet. I start my book with this, with the people we know we were born to be. But we stop ourselves because when we're younger, somebody says you're too fat, or you're too old, or you're too black, or you're too ugly, or you're gay, or you didn't start long enough, or you're too poor, or people like us don't do that, or you're not talented enough. And we stop ourselves. But here's what we just did. We said, here's who you are now. Here's your circumstances. And here's who you want to become. And ultimately, we said there's a gap. And anytime there's a gap, I want you to notice I didn't ask you, what do you need to do to fill that gap? I said, who do you need to be? Who do you need to become to fill this gap? And once you become that now, not waiting for some future, not waiting to get out, once you become that confidence now, once you become that joy now, once you become that discipline now, once you become that happiness now, once you become that power and joy, once you become whatever the word is that was for you, then everything in your life around you starts to change because you're showing up differently. And so this is the power. You know, this is the power. Look, I've had the absolute gift of growing up in a circumstance where it seemed like my dreams were impossible. And I don't say this to brag at all, but I've had the gift. I'm 33, so I'm 33 years old, y'all. I know that seems old to y'all, but it ain't old. 33. And I've had the gift of traveling the world, speaking and teaching 40 countries around the world, thousands of people. I had my first album of music come out, which you can all listen to on Spotify and Apple Music, that charted in the top 20 of iTunes. I've been written by Billboard.com and the Grammy Awards and shared the stages with some of the biggest leaders of our time. And everyone said it was impossible for someone like me. And so what I'm here to show you and tell you is that the dream you have is possible for you if you step up to the plate and do the work. And Books and Buckets, that is what we're going to do as you read Stay Woke. So I'm so grateful to all of you for being here and doing this work. Thank you for welcoming me into your community, Books and Buckets. And this won't be the last you see of me. Have a great time out there on the court. Mwah. We rise together. Bye for now, y'all.